afternoon, folks. My name is Mel Elliott, and I'm coming to you live from my studio here in the Overberg. A warm welcome to all of you viewers on this live streaming. Given it's such a cold and miserable day here in the Overberg, but I'm sitting here in my studio at our gallery complex in Verliesdorp, and thanks to technology, we're able to stream out to you folks and share and be a part of the Knysna Oyster Festival. It's quite it's a real experience given this lockdown, and my compliments and hats off to the professionalism and good teamwork of Andrew Finn and his team, and that's Roscoe and Keegan and Andrew, and of course Knysna Rotary, for keeping the Knysna Oyster Festival going, which is very special. As some of you may know, I lived in Knysna for 20 years, and growing up in my youth, it was a big part of our lives, and Knysna gave so much to our art setup, and it's still a very special place in our hearts and in our lives, and we do business down there still in Knysna, and every opportunity we can get to visit Knysna is always taken. We have a gallery there in the Knysna Login Hotel in Grey Street, so it's always special painting the garden route and scenes of Knysna and being able to share. When Andrew asked me to be a part of the program, the fine arts or visual fine arts of this year's virtual Knysna Oyster Festival, I said, sure, where can we help? What can we incorporate or do? And Andrew said, well, we want you to paint a picture. So I said, how much time do I have? He said, you've probably got about 30 minutes to do a virtual demonstration. So I said, all right, well, we do these demos, and thinking it's always very difficult to do a painting of this size in 30 minutes. But I do these public smear demos to loud music, and I thought I would do that for you today. It's just a way of showing creative folk how to apply, for instance, if you want to work in acrylic or oil paints, how to apply the paint on with a bit of a composition and an idea. Remember, all art is a balance between content and technique. So your idea, your composition, what you would like to paint, and then it involves having a technique which we can all work on, how you execute your idea onto the canvas. So I thought I'd do a bright color painting, bright thick paint application of Knysna, of course, given it's the Knysna Oyster Festival, and it's very special to us. So not to talk much more about the technique or the process I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the music and just get on with it, because time is of the essence. But for instance, these kind of demos and in quick time, I find, are more to do with about being organized and prepared, rather than really the art side of things. So for instance, there's no time to mix up your paint in the acrylics or in the oils. Yeah, you can see my acrylic palette. I've got some bright color application squeezed out there. This would be my cool colors in the oils, for instance. And the paint itself is nicely mixed up with the oil medium I use. So it's malleable and ductile and user-friendly. And this would be the colors in the warmer spectrum, which I've, of course, squeezed out. There's no time to, of course, undo the screw lids and screw the lids off and squeeze paint out. I only have about 20 minutes. We'll see what we can achieve in those 20 minutes. I apply the paint often with, let me just move my chair back here. I apply my paint, of course, with off-cut bits of cardboard. We might use those. Brushes, I've got all my brushes sorted out over there. Palette knives are great little tools to trowel the paint on, and we'll see what we get. And there's an element of drawing as well. Sometimes I put gold leaf. Yes, a box of some gold leaf into the pictures. So one doesn't have to spend too much time mixing. For instance, if you wanted the color gold, and we'll see how that turns out. I've got some pictures over here with the Knysna heads in the background, and I enjoy the floral theme. So we're going to put some flowers with the iconic Knysna heads in the background, and we'll see how it goes. So in about 20 minutes time, what are we at, 1/4 past? And at about 25 to, I'll put the painting into the frame. We'll see how we go, and then have a little chat and see what it looks like. Sometimes they work, others they can be a complete flop, but it's just a nice opportunity to apply the paint and play with color. And I relax anyway. I hope you relax viewing it, and we'll see how we go. All right, thanks for listening, and I'll hit play, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, folks, there's something very wet. There's something I don't really quite know what to call it. I lost the Knysna heads, or the gap of the heads in the distance, but that's fun. The bouquet grew, and it grew over time, and brought out new images and stuff. And yeah, I will maybe accentuate the heads a bit more when it's dry. It's very wet, and these type of paintings, these impasto paintings, I usually let them settle for a bit, a couple of days. I mix liquid in with my oil paint so they dry fairly quickly. And then once the oil paint is dry, then I give it a varnish, and it brings out all the duller looking acrylic tones in that medium, because acrylic, they discolor, the tones discolor a bit when they dry. But it was nice to be able to put the wet, luscious oil paint onto a dry surface. That's why I went into the painting with acrylic paint first, because it dries almost within 5 minutes, and then it's much easier to work wet on a dry surface. So that's what I do, and play with color, this type of painting. I hope it was entertaining for you. And during the course of the remainder of the Knysna Oyster Virtual Festival, I'll be doing 2 more demonstrations, one on Wednesday on the 1st of July. That'll be at 10 o'clock. It'll be a more structured, time-consuming demo, step by step, in oils and acrylics, a conventional landscape of the garden route. And then on Saturday the 4th at 1 p.m. again, I'll be doing a step-by-step virtual live streaming demonstration in watercolors as a medium. I paint in watercolors as well as acrylic and oils. And that's I'll be sharing our 5-step approach in watercolors with you on Saturday. That's the 4th. This coming Wednesday, the 1st of July, as I said, at 10 p.m. is a 10-step approach in painting in acrylics and oils. So I do hope you tune in for that, and yeah, share with us this Knysna Oyster Festival. You can get all our updates and follow us on my Instagram account at Mel Elliott Art, as well as our Gallery Art Complex Facebook page called Elliott Art Gallery and Studios. All updates and recording of the streaming we'll post on there as well if you missed anything, or if you'd like any follow-up questions, I'd be happy to answer them. You can just contact me on those social media platforms. So once again, thank you to the Knysna Oyster Festival for this opportunity, Andrew, Finn, and his team. And I hope tomorrow is a success, and the remainder of the week, I'm sure it will be. I'll be tuning into those other live streams on the programs. So I wish you all the best, and all the other artists and participants in this year's 2020 Knysna Oyster Festival. Thank you so much. Take care.
we're now live. Okay, welcome everybody. We're now watching the 2020 KYC Knysna Yacht Club Virtual Regatta. We're going to be sailing J70s now. The way it works is we're sailing 3 heats. We've got two heats to sail this afternoon on the J70s, and they're going to sail off against each other. We're going to sail 3 races per heat, and the top winners will go through to the final tomorrow. And once we've done the J70s, we will then go on to the Nacras. The Nacras will also just be 3 heats, so we're going to have 9 races in total this afternoon. With me, we have our budding and very enthusiastic commentator, Dudley Isaacs.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, so we're getting ready to start. Is it up to you?
No.
Just a little bit of the J70 is a little keel boat. It's about 22 foot 7 inches long. That came on, used to have a J22 with the normal symmetrical spinnaker. J70 is with an asymmetrical spinnaker. And that's the boat the first race are going to take place on.
Yeah, we've got 5 minutes to the start. So in normal sailing, the normal sailing procedure, start procedure is you have what's called a warning signal at 5 minutes before the start. And the sailors all synchronize their watches at that stage. Then at 4 minutes, you then have what we call the preparatory signal, which will go up. And that means there are 4 minutes to go. Then that signal gets dropped 1 minute before the start of the race, and then the race starts after that last 1 minute count. So it's a 5 minute starting sequence. With this virtual racing, they don't use the same system. You start with 1 minute and I think it's 15 seconds to the start. And then at 1 minute, the 1 minute gun will go, and you'll see just now when the race starts, the guys will be working the line, getting themselves in position for the start. The J70 is quite a fast boat, and you will find that they will be bustling at the line, and you might find somebody over the line. You'll see them having penalties, and you'll see them crashing into each other. Yeah, they have to go back behind the line if they go over the line, and then they have to start the race again. I'm quite good at doing that when I'm sailing. I end up going over the line first.
Yeah, and they can see who's over the line by that little red exclamation mark that comes up next to their name.
Yes.
So they'll know that they need to go back go back over the line.
Yeah. So when we go live now, you'll be able to watch the line, the start, and you will see what we've just been describing now. So the most important part, it's like motor racing and it's like sailing, is that as how you start. The first boat over the line has an advantage. They've got clean air, and they can determine how the rest of the fleet sails behind them. So it's actually quite important to have a very, very good start. Those of you who know sailing, the line is never pure. It's never exactly 90 degrees to the wind, and there's always one side of the course that's favored. Generally, it's the committee boat side, but not always. And the sailors have to judge it. So you'll see 1 minute before the start, they're going up and down the line to see which side they should be starting from. And depending on the size of the fleet, and that is the number of boats, and the wind strength, some people might try and start from the other end. It can be awkward because then they're on the wrong tack. So if a sailor's on a port tack, which means that he's sitting with the tiller in his right hand, that's how I work it up, by the way, he doesn't have any water, and the guys who are on the other tack actually have right of way, and then he has a problem. So if he's on the wrong side of the course and the wrong tack, and everywhere he's on him, he's got problems. You will see that now in this racing. You must just watch out for it. Dudley will lead you through the whole ceremony.
And just one thing about penalties: if there is a collision, according with the sailing rules, the virtual computer or whatever works it out and gives the person a penalty. They don't have to do a penalty like in sailing, like a 360 or 720. They are slowed down for I don't know how many seconds, a few seconds.
Yes.
And then they carry on back to normal speed. So that's how they get the penalty. There'll be a red exclamation mark and a sound, and then they get the penalty. And after the penalty, they can carry on back sailing again. And also just about the course. The course is a windward-leeward course. So the start is right at the bottom of the course, and they always start going into the wind. Get up to the top mark, which is the weather mark. There's an offset mark to port. They'll go around the mark to port. There's an offset mark just to keep the boats away from the weather mark. They'll go down to the offset mark, just not far from the weather mark. go down and then head downwind. Going downwind, they'll get to a gate, which is 2 buoys, and they can choose which way they want to go through. They've got to go through the center of the gate. They can either go to port or starboard. And then they hook around and then drop their spinnakers and carry on going up to weather again. So there's 2 beats, and then they finish downwind past the gate at the committee boat where they started. So that's just basically 2 laps in a sense. Getting back, is it getting on? Guys, we're just waiting for the race to get onto the screen.
Now, what happens is one of the competitors has to set up the race on the sailing program. And when it's set up, each individual competitor has been given a code, and it's to make this a private race. So that code allows the visitors in, and not the visitors, the competitors in, and then there we are, we're up. We've got 2 competitors already in. And oh, we've got the race official in. He says he's racing.
Yeah, that's Drew.
That's Drew. Drew is our event organizer, and he is going to be in each race, but he's not allowed to win. You never know; he might get impatient as things happen. We're now going to the race, and you will now see the start line. There we are. There the boats are in already. There are 10 boats in.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see the start line. You see that boat that doesn't have a sail, that's the committee boat. This red line is the start line. We've got 1 minute and 15 seconds for the start. If you look at the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a circle. So top left-hand corner of the screen, we've got some interesting people in here. I thought we were going to have 11 sailors, but anyway, we've got a couple more. We definitely got a couple more. But it's good to see them. This guy here, whoever he is been sailing as far away from the start line as possible. Just click on the one. And
Is it like heat on? But they can't hear us. They can phone on something. You're going to need it just so you get to the lean boats. Click on the thumbnail. So those guys are coming on the port lay line. Yeah, they're coming across there.
they're getting a good lift there.
I'm going to take away to get some clear air.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The guy tacked onto starboard down the bottom there. He still looks like he's in a better position.
See, most boats are coming in on port. A couple of guys crossing on starboard. Starboard boats have got right of way.
Yes, look there, Dean B.
Yeah. Dean Foster, he's from,
yeah,
was from Knysna, used to be the sailing coach years ago. Then we're back online, as you guys can see. Getting up to the weather mark. It's the weather mark at the top, with the offset mark slightly to port of it. And there's boats tacking off, they're all going on port. You see that dotted line, that's the lay line. They probably tack soon after going over that lay line. Guys will start tacking. So now the guys that are coming on starboard will have right of way out of all the guys coming in on port, and they'd have to tack down. So the leading boat there, Thunder, is getting in, but it's very close because he's got to sneak in on port and tack right below the guys. So it's very close. There, he's just made it.
We got a penalty.
Did he?
He got slowed down. No, he's still going. He didn't get slowed down. Somebody else got it. Okay, now he's heading towards the offset mark. They've got to go around there first, and from there they can start going downwind. And the spinnakers come up straight away as they get to the mark. Now the downwind leg is also interesting because they'll be doing angles and trying to get their best speed and to get to the leeward mark or to the gate. See the guys, a lot of guys are jibing off straight away. Click up there. Up there. We're watching the leaders, okay? Yeah, no, that's
fine.
Yeah. This is where they're all just trying to get their best, we call it VMG, velocity made good, to the gate.
Which is the downwind mark, eh?
Yeah.
This is the leading boat, that's Thunder.
No, mark is the leading boat. Click on one. Joe Thunder's moved back into first, yeah.
Very close. Because depends on where they're jibing, depends on where they are.
Yeah.
And that can change things.
Yeah, I see Marco's jibe just behind.
Course, layout. Okay, check it again.
Marco normally sails fins and a couple of other boats, so seems to know what he's doing downwind with an asymmetrical spinnaker.
And now I've lost a whole lot.
Are they seeing what we click on?
Yeah.
I thought Andrew could drive this thing.
He drives it like he sails his boat.
Thanks, thanks a lot.
Okay, so there's quite a few positions changing there on the leaders on the side. You can see.
No, that doesn't seem to mean that just
Okay, there's the leading boat. He's beating up again because we missed the gate. He's heading up towards the weather mark again. It's still Thunder. Okay, so he's heading off towards that ley line, and the boats below him are all starting to choose different tacks and trying to find their best way to get up to that weather mark.
And he's gone to the other side of the course now, which is interesting.
Yeah, right into the starboard side of the
course. He's gone
course.
starboard, whereas if you look at the wind, he could get headed there.
Just click
So
on.
he's at 5.9 knots, and the other guy is at the top 6 knots. So it's slightly Marco's boat speed's a little bit better, but we'll have to see who gets better.
But Marco's getting headed now too.
Also 6 knots. It's going to be tight between those two.
Yeah, that's first and second. They've gone to complete opposite ends of the course. So it's going to be interesting who comes in at the weather mark. Marco's tacked below the ley line, coming in on port.
He's not going to make it.
And Thunder's also below the ley line on starboard. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So that number 3, SMB, could be catching up. The blue sail over there.
Yeah.
He might catch Marco on starboard. He might even be ahead of him. Yeah, it looks like he is. Looks like he's going to move into. He's just gone behind Marco, so Marco's still second. Thunder's tacked, going for the ley line. And Marco's going on port towards the ley line. SMB in third is coming on the starboard ley line.
Come and have a look at them coming up at the mark now.
Yeah, that's the leading boat going around the mark, heading towards the offset mark. Marco's still in second, and SMB just tacked him to third.
SMB touched him.
Yeah, so he's got a penalty because he's snuck in.
Down a bit.
Yeah, so he's going to drop back a bit. Okay, Spinnaker's up on the leading boat. Yeah, so Marco's jibed straight away as he went around the offset mark, while the leading boat's heading on. He's jibed back again to cover him. And in the back of the fleet, there's quite a bit going on there, quite some close tussles. Just difficult to stay tracking on them.
It's just goes in and out quickly. So there's SMB and there's.
They're not that far apart, eh? If you look at the distance.
Yeah.
And depending on the angle going downwind.
Yeah, because SMB has moved into second position.
Yeah,
Marco's in third.
I'm going to go
there's quite a mixture of different people that sail different boats on the water. There's even some juniors like Sailor Tyron Williams from Knysna. Normally sails a Terra and a whole lot of other little boats, depchicks and dragoons and things. There's Ryan Steenkamp. He's a Terra sailor. He's doing all right. He's up in 9th position.
Flanders just finished.
They're crossing over the finish line now. We'll just sit and watch them all come in. We go back there. Click off him so we can see those guys. Click on number 6 or something, or the one that's next. Okay, there the rest of the boats getting over the finish line.
Very cool. So we did have 11 in the
Who's
end,
10?
No, this is as a finish.
These are the boats at the back coming through.
We're just waiting for the race official to finish. We're still waiting for Hayward.
Does Drew always hang off at the back?
yes, yeah. Okay, should I go to the leaderboard?
Go to the leaderboard and we can take a picture.
Yeah, this is what you're looking at as the leaderboard. And the positions where everybody came.
Okay, you can go to the next screen. Let's scroll down. Yes, this is
No, down. To get the half, yeah. Go down, yeah.
Go to 8. Okay. Okay, next one. Go down here. Right, so that's the end of the first race, folks. We're now going to wait for the race organizer to set up the next race. We want to just show you some stats of the race. Dudley will take you through them. That's the winning boat.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. It's just showing there that, for example, the maximum best speed was Red Baron. He did 17.1 knots, obviously going downwind. The shortest distance sail was Marco, who finished, did he come second or third? So it was the shortest distance sail. So it shows that the guy who won actually sailed maybe a little bit further than what Marco did.
And Benoni people create lots of penalties on the water.
Yeah, somebody from Benoni. And then Sailor Tyron, what maximum wind speed? He got was 28.6 knots.
He's a light guy, that's why.
Yeah. And let's go to the next one. And that just shows you where we see Joe Thunder was first the whole way around the course. You see some like for example, Dean Foster, he got right up to like 5th at one stage and then he dropped down again. Sailor Buddies also was up there, dropped down. Who climbed? I'm trying to see somebody there that climbed.
From the start. Let's just have a look. Yes, somebody climbed, the race official. Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
just drop a little bit, drop to the next one down. Yeah, there, you see there's somebody, where do we see it?
The blue green went up and down again.
Badass, where did Badass? Badass finished more or less where it started. Badass, sorry. And Sailing Evelyn improved by 1 position.
Which she shut up and then she came down.
But she had a good first beat and then things kind of went haywire. Wow. And then Mad Lift did well. And Joe Thunder kept it the whole way. Oh, looks like we're going to restart. Whoa, whoa. How did we get on here? Okay, guys, we're now on the next race. The first race, we had a couple of errant sailors on it, so we have had to abandon it, and we're going to treat it as a training race, in other words, a warm-up. So it looks like we've got the right sailors in this race now. So you'll have to just bear with us and watch the race. They're waiting for the start now. They've got 30 seconds to the start. They're busy forming up behind the start line, as you can see there. You can see the start line. We'll zoom in a little bit on it. Oopsie. We'll zoom in a bit. And we'll watch them get to the start line. They've got 12 seconds to the start. We're getting closer, closer. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, first boat over the line is BH82. Now Charlotte is in front, and they are heading up on the first beat now. I don't see.
Maybe you didn't get into it. In the wrong colors.
Okay, so they're on the first beat now. Dudley will take you through it. They're going up to the windward mark now with Charlotte in front. There we are. And you can see the windward mark and then the wing mark to the left of the top mark. They're sailing up now. Oh, sailing Evelyn is in second place. Oh, this is doing well. George Lakes Yacht Club is in second spot.
Yeah.
And Charlotte is Andrew Lewis from KYC. Cool.
There's some boats heading off to the starboard side of the course.
Yep. And
the fourth boat, so they're right up there, and you can see the leading boat.
Yeah, it looks like the port side's looking good at the moment. If you look at the wind, oh no, it looks like they're being headed at that top. If you look at those wind socks, I think they'll be headed when they get to the top mark. What's that red boat that's heading? That's Theo. Theo is not looking bad at all. He's on starboard. He's forcing the others to tack.
And that's the third boat had to tack there. Theo forcing to tack.
And the next one's probably going to have to tack as well.
And the leading boat's had to
tack. So Theo's jumped to third place now. He's
second
now
place.
Second. He was fourth. He's gradually going up the fleet. He's also going to have to tack shortly because otherwise they're going to be, the boats on the far right-hand side are actually going to have advantage over them. They've all been headed at the moment. If you look at the wind socks at the top, it would be a very good idea for the guys on the port side to tack.
I see Mad Lip is on the 7th position. He's far out on the starboard side of the course.
But he's not doing too badly, except I think he's got too much distance there to catch it.
Yeah.
But they're getting lifted on that
Charlotte's
line.
going to tack just below the ley line on the port side of the course.
Yeah, and he's getting lifted. He's going to make the mark. Look.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really close here. Whoa! That other guy tacked in. Charlotte's water.
Marco's taking the lead.
Marco's now in the lead.
But now they are starboard boats coming on.
This is going to be interesting. They're right on top of each other. And the starboard boats are going to get around. The green one, who's the green one? Number 4. That's Charlotte. Charlotte's actually
a couple of collisions going on here, guys.
And
looks like Marco's missed the mark. He's had to come back again. He couldn't get in.
And Mad Lip's
then he's just stuck in front. He's got a penalty. Marco's got it. Looks like he's got a penalty.
Yeah, from 0 to 0. Okay.
And Mad Lip's going around the offset mark.
And
reaching down to 15 knots, 14 knots. Charlotte behind. BH82.
And there's Evelyn still in there, hanging in there.
And you can see Marco.
Marco, who's Marco? Marco is Marco Torben from ZVYC. He's very consistent in his sailing. And then where's Mad Lip? Mad Lip, there's Philip Madden from WYAC. That's Witbank Yacht Club, I think. Okay, they're all going down to now they're coming, they're heading
that's the second boat, there's the first boat.
And they are very close.
Now there's port
starboard
situation,
really close here. and they're heading to the markets. Which one's going to favour?
Charlotte's moving to second.
Charlotte's second. Madlip is still in the lead, and he's decided
They're both going to the same side of the gate.
They're all going to the same side. Okay, they've all.
They've gone right over.
It all went wrong there. Charlotte's in the lead now.
Yeah, collisions of those two boats getting slowed down. See who comes out of here. Charlotte's gone back into the lead.
And now they're doing the next beat. So it'll be up to the top mark, then to the wing, and then another quick run down to, a very broad, fast reach down to the finish. Charlotte's got 34 meters on everybody now and doing really well. What's the wind doing? It's actually favoring the port side of the course at the moment.
Yeah, they're getting lifted.
So again, they're going to get ahead. They're headed now, but they will be lifted on when they tack. They're going to be lifted. So the best place is right at the middle.
Okay, that's the leading boat.
And the leading boat's not. It's changing fast. No. If you were doing a flyer, you'd probably go over to the ley line and then try and go up the ley line.
Yeah, but now they're going to get headed there. If you go up there now, the wind switched. The top corner there. Those wind socks are showing what the wind's doing up at the weather mark.
Yep, they've been hit. They're going to get.
These guys on the right hand side of the course might get a bit of lift if it stays like it's showing there. For the guys in the middle that attack.
But Charlotte's stuck mainly to the middle of the course, so he's actually not. He's not been favoured by either the lift or the.
No big knocks, yeah.
And I think he's going to go to the ley line by the look of it. And who's BA2?
He's moving to the lead now.
Yeah.
And he's on the ley line.
He's on the ley line, so he will.
Charlotte has to get to the.
Oh, Charlotte's dropping back. Okay, now let's see. He will tack.
Charlotte's moving to the lead again by distance, by only 2 meters. Now it's 6 meters behind BH82.
What's Charlotte's speed?
Charlotte's 6 knots.
6 knots, and the BH, he's
6.8.
Whoa.
It's going to be close to the weather mark for these to come. But Charlotte on the right show has got right of way.
But he's been headed.
Leon started. He's been headed. Knocked down. BH82's got around the mark quite easily.
And
Charlotte's had to take again.
He's lucky there. Look at that. He did a double tack on the mark. He's around in second place. Madlip is in third. Sorry, Theo's in third.
Yeah,
Madlip is
fallen. Move back to third now.
Now back to third. It's really tight on that wing mark between third and fourth. Theo's right there on his transom. Watch this reach downwind.
Speeds of he's picking up at 13.
Knots, 12, 13 knots. The others are a bit slower at the moment. Really, really tight. Sailing.
Quite cool. Bit of a tussle going on here between number 4 Madlip and number 5 Theo.
Theo, yes.
There's only 4 meters distance difference, changing all the time.
But interesting how they pulled out between Madlip and Theo. Theo's dropped back behind Madlip. They went to starboard and then reached, and the others went port. And it looks as though port has seriously favoured these guys.
Charlotte should be driving soon for the line. She's carrying on straight away to the pin end.
Charlotte's in
there, that's Charlotte coming over the line first. BH82 second.
Charlotte is Andrew Lewis. Well done, Knysna.
So now the boats are all coming through the finish.
What is fantastic watching this program is how you can actually see how the wind shifts affect your sailing, and you can look at it from above. And it's always very easy to be on the side and watch it, but on the water, obviously, you don't see what we're seeing. This really teaches you strategy. Because sailing is all about strategy. Okay, what's happening? Okay, looking at the leaderboard, Charlotte, BH82, followed by Marco, pretty close. Dean Foster was third, and Ashley from Leyland from Mossel Bay was
Dean was
sixth, and Ashley seventh. Go up so we can get from 8 on. 8 on.
Yeah. From 8 down.
Yeah, I need it from 8 down. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, we're now getting ready, I'm assuming, for the next race. And Dudley, what's happening? Let us know so everybody's on board.
Yeah, although we'll be getting ready. Let me just get back to the course.
What an absolute regatta race. Really tense, exciting sailing. Race 1, Fleet B. We're now going into race 2, Fleet B. And our scorers, obviously, now, they were getting all excited because the first race had some unknowns in it. So that was treated as a practice race. So those who were in it had a good race. Now we're going to be going back once again now to the next race. How are we doing, Drew? Looks like the race is already open. And now we can go and view who's on the start line.
Just the race special.
Oh, yeah. You don't see anyone. The same signing in. One click. Okay, well, you're in the game. The guys are going in, Mr. Race Official. This is Fleet B, it's Fleet A, second race.
Waiting for some more guys to come in.
Not everybody's in yet.
How do you move the thing this way?
This way. I believe you press the mouse. There, and you do that. Sorry. No, it's not doing that.
No, it's not doing that.
It doesn't do it. Let's just go around. If you hold it, it starts to do it. It doesn't seem to do it properly.
No.
That goes in and out.
Take us out. I want to get to the committee bit.
Okay, I'm going out. I'm pressing.
Oh, you're going in.
Okay, there. And then the mouse can roll it, gives you closer.
Yeah, but I want to get to the committee bit.
Okay. I don't know, it should be this.
Yeah, let's just see it. Just try and get in like that.
There we go. If you follow one of these boats.
Yeah, let's just go to the race official. He's hanging around at the bottom.
Okay, we've got 10 guys in this race at this stage. We should have 12, so we're missing 2. I don't see Tyron yet.
It looks like he's joining the B group because he missed that first race, so they're going to put him into. I just saw on the one WhatsApp, so he'll be into the B section. Okay, started. The countdown started. 12 seconds, 11 seconds to the 1 minute gun. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, 1 minute gun. The guys will start maneuvering now, try and get themselves into a good position.
They're all sitting in irons on the line. It looks like it's a pretty neutral line. It's pretty neutral. Yeah?
Yeah, so you see the guys? That's those of them right close to the line, not at the weather mark. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one. There's a bit of a bias if you look at it. No, it's pretty neutral.
Okay, 20 seconds to go to the start. Some guys hanging back, Waiting for 10 seconds to go to the start. Who's that there? Okay, give it 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, start's gone. Clear start. There's been a penalty to Madlib. Here he is. Yeah, okay, there's Charlotte's heading off to the starboard side of the course, and most of the boats are going off to port. 2 boats are attacking and following her. Dean Foster and Badash. Also heading out to the starboard side. The other boats are going off to the port side.
Which is going to favour Dudley?
See, so Marco, this worked out that he's 14 meters behind Charlotte, who's gone right up to the starboard side there, and Marco is heading off to the port side there. That was first and second. Quite amazing to see how far they are apart, but to the weather mark, they're only 12 meters apart. 12 meters. Dean's moved up to third. Marco's dropped away to fourth. And Dean was out on the starboard side, yeah. But he's tacked in the middle of the course. Moved up to second. So Dean's pulling up, staying in the center of the course. Madlib, Charlotte's dropped to third. Madlib's coming to first. Where's Madlib? Okay, Madlib's tacked into port and to starboard now. Heading across. Dean in second position is over there, 24 meters behind him. Badash 50 meters behind. That's just the race official backing up everybody. Dean's still in second. It's getting interesting here. That's the first boat there. 18 meters apart. Well, not apart, but 80 meters difference to the market, to the weather mark. Okay, he's tacked, heading towards the ley line, Madlib. Dean's also heading out towards the ley line. Dean's actually moving first now. He's caught up and passed to the mark. Dean's put in a tack before the ley line, hoping to get a lift up towards the mark. Madlib is there. So that's Dean, the leading boat at the moment, but he still has to tack onto port and head up towards the ley line to get to the mark. So that could, there's only 12 meters difference between the two of them. Okay, he's tacked now, Dean's tacked, heading up towards the ley line, tacked below the ley line. Madlib was on starboard. Dean's pinching up towards the mark, like really squeezing to get in. Very close, 4 meters difference between the two of them, the first and second. Madlib and then Dean.
Whoops, he's battling to get, look, he's going low. He's trying to get close to the mark. Can we zoom in a bit, Dudley? They've got their bag up. There we go. And now he's going to cover him. Look. The other guy got away. He moved.
Yeah. Dean's just bit of a drill going up there in the front position. Only 14 meters difference. A lot of jibing going on.
I cannot tell you guys a secret. Dean sailed this program for the first time last weekend. I had a suspicion he's been practicing.
Looks like it. So they're heading to the starboard side of the course.
And it's very close. There's what's the distance? 8 meters between the two. It's 10 meters.
Marco's in third, and he's right out there. Coming in 13 knots. The leader's doing 13.5. 13.16. Got good speed there.
What they're going to do on the mark.
Now we're going to see if Dean maybe goes to the starboard side of the gate. No, Madlib's also, he's bearing down to the starboard side. So is Dean. There's 8 meters, 6 meters difference, 4 meters. There was a collision. Looks like Dean was penalized. Okay, so now, yeah, sure. Dean's dropped back to fifth. Pretty tight up there. Let's just see where Marco's pulled into first. Marco's moved into first position. Theo second, Madlib third. Dean's dropped down to fifth. Charlotte's dropped, well, she's picked up down to fourth. Dean's dropped down to fifth. Brian Steenkamp, Ryan S, he's moved, he's sixth. Badash, then race official and sailing Ev. Okay, Marco still in the lead, leading up to the mark. He's on port. There's other boats, but he's going to be ahead of them. And he's tacked. 6 meters difference between Theo and Marco. Theo's tacked away, heading towards the ley line. Marco's carrying on starboard. He's heading off to the ley line on the port side of the course. Theo's heading out to starboard. Theo's tacked back again. Okay, coming up to the ley line. Marco's tacking just below the ley line. It's going to be interesting now. There's 14 meters difference between Theo in second position and Marco. Theo is on the starboard. Marco's on port. So Theo's got right of way. Marco's holding it. Theo's tacked below him. Okay, there's 16 meters difference to the mark.
Charlotte's still in there.
Now Dean's caught up again. He's moved to fourth. Was fifth at the stage. He's come back.
But he's a bit high, isn't he?
Yeah, because
The wind has shifted,
Okay, so Marco's doing pretty good there. He's got it slightly pulled out a bit, heading for the weather mark. Okay, Marco's going around the weather mark now, heading for the offset. And first, Theo coming in second. Charlotte, Madlib, and then Dean coming around in fourth. Dean's moved to fifth after that rounding. Okay, Marco's jibed straight after the offset mark. Remember, now they're heading towards the finish. He's jibed to cover the guys that have carried on straight. He's covering Theo. He just carried on October. Marco's doing 17.7. Theo's doing 60.2. Marco's jibed to cover Theo again. Heading off to the port side of the course. Okay, Theo's putting a jibe. Marco's jibe to covering. Not prepared to take a chance to go right over to that side of the course. He'd rather cover Theo. He's got that lead that he could hang on to. Okay, Theo's jibe back. Marco will carry on. He might jibe. Yeah, he jibes to cover him again, staying ahead of him, staying between him and the mark, him and the finish line. So Marco's holding him now. He'll just go straight to the finish unless Theo puts in a jibe. Marco's pretty much got it. He just holds now. Bit of a race at Charlotte.
Yeah.
And Mad Lip. Okay, Marco's crossed the line first. Theo in second. And Charlotte coming in third. Mad Lip in fourth. This is pretty tight because Dean's flying in there in seventh. Dean's moved up to fourth. Caught up big time at down one leg. And that's the finishing there. So that's it. Andrew?
I'm coming.
If you come get the results.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the leaderboard for the second race.
Hang on.
I can't read this anymore.
Yeah, just press.
I can't reach it. See?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just waiting to get the race logged up again.
We have a late entry who's just joining in on the regatta. Richard, and his boat name is Tunstall. He'll be joining us shortly. He's RCYC, that's Royal Cape Yacht Club. As you know, those guys who come from the Cape are always late.
Okay, here we go.
There's no bias. We have no bias, though, in this. Are we ready for the next race already?
Yeah, they started getting, the guys are getting entered. How many races in this first group?
3. This is the last
Is this the last race for this?
Yeah, this is the last one. Then we're going to go on to batch 2.
Okay.
So those of you who are watching, this is the last of this group. And then we go on to batch 2. So another group. It looks like we've got a couple of extra boats in the next group. So, yep, getting quite exciting. We've got another race here. Then there'll be another 3 races. And then we're going to have the Nacras, and we will see some speed in the Nacra racing. That is awesome. So just hang around. These races take about 7 minutes or so, and the whole turnaround is about 11 or 12 minutes, and we're going racing to race. So just hang around and watch the sailing. Just look at the tactics while you're watching. It's really amazing. And if you're a sailor or want to be a sailor, it's going to teach you. It's teaching you a heck of a lot.
We're in the starting sequence now. There's 42 seconds to go. Guys are lining up again. Committee both sides, always sort of favored with a couple of guys that go down more to the middle of the line. You'll see them adjusting now for positions. There's a penalty for Theo, which he'll get it off the start. See a lot of guys are just luffing, waiting for the wind, waiting for the time. 16 seconds, 15 seconds to go. All right, down to 10 seconds. Start moving towards the line. 5 seconds. You want to hit the line at maximum speed at the start.
Look at that start. That was awesome, eh?
Yeah, off they go.
And Dean had a good start, but he's been pulled back. BH82.
Yeah, Ryan Steenkamp's doing well. He's up in 3rd. That's Ryan there.
Yeah, and Brent Hayward is, he's changed his name. No wonder I don't recognize him. Brent Hayward is in the lead. Followed by Ryan Steenkamp and then Theo.
Okay, there's the leading boat.
Jon.
Okay, leading boat's attacked into port, heading off towards the starboard side of the course. Sailing Ev just passed behind him. She's in 5th position.
Yeah, watch those guys in 4th, 5th, and 6th. They're taking a different side of the course. It'll be interesting to see how they pan out when they get up to the top mark.
See, everybody split now. Some guys are coming back. Leading boats staying in the center of the course. You'll be playing the wind shifts there. You can just see the ley lines on either side of them. But most of them are playing up the center of the course.
Hey, I need magnifying glass to see that, Dudley. There we are. That's better.
Yeah, can you see, Andrew?
Yeah, I can see that better. That's much better.
Right here, Ryan Steenkamp's moved into the lead.
Wow, look at that. And look how his sails have been set. Absolutely perfectly. Look at the speed. What's his boat speed, Dudley? He's doing 6 knots.
Upwind, yeah.
Upwind 6 knots.
So that's great. Ryan's in the lead. Charlotte's 4th.
Yeah, these guys are getting headed.
There's BH82 in 3rd position. Ryan still in the lead. He caught that.
Whoa.
There was a collision.
No.
Ryan's getting a penalty. So he's moved down. Penalty dropped him from 1st to 5th. Oh no, 1st to 6th. Theo's in the lead. He's right on the starboard ley line. He's tacked on to starboard there, heading towards the buoy with the weather mark. Pretty close, 6 to 8 meters behind. Okay, that's BH82 in the center of the course. On port, heading up towards the starboard side of the course. That's Charlotte there, in 2nd position. Almost on the port ley line. 6 knots. All doing around 6 knots upwind. Okay. BH82's tacked just off the ley line. Charlotte's pulling in pretty good there. Yeah, she's pulled into the lead. Charlotte's pulled into the lead. See. Oh, Charlotte's pulled a good move there. Moving into first. BH82 in second. Okay, heading towards the offset mark. As soon as they go around here, spinnacles will be up. Okay, flags up. So the collisions at the back there, there was a collision there. Ryan got a penalty. Badash. Okay, Charlotte's still in the lead there. Don't know what happened to. Okay, Marco's in fifth. He's over there. Thea in third there. Leading both Charlotte. With BH82 in second behind. The wind's dropped, so they're doing 10 knots downwind. BH82 is carrying on. Charlotte's heading off on starboard, on port, sorry, port.
Just that you guys are all aware, this is the last race of this category. This is Fleet A. After this, we'll be moving into Fleet B, and there will be 3 races in Fleet B. So hang in there to watch Fleet B. If you're sailing this race, you can always come back and watch Fleet B sailing like we are. You can watch it live on our channel. We are on Knysna Oyster Festival Facebook channel, and we are also on the Knysna Yacht Club Facebook. So you can watch us live from the Yacht Club, or you can watch us live from the Oyster Festival Facebook pages. So just keep in there, hang in there, watch the sailing. We'll be probably going on for another hour because we've got another 6 races after this race.
With the Nacras.
We've got 3 races with the Nacras, but they're a bit faster, so their races will be slightly quicker.
Okay, interesting tussle over here. BH82 is moving to the lead, but he's coming along on port. Charlotte's on starboard. The BH is going to clear well ahead of her. Charlotte's carrying us just tacked. 8 meters, 10 meters. BH82 is pulling out. Look at the answer, see there. Okay, that's the weather mark.
This is the last beat.
Yeah, then I'll go around and go to the finish. That's the leading boat, BH82. Charlotte S coming up on port, BH82 on starboard, we're pretty well ahead of Charlotte. The pack behind is getting pretty close. BH82 still carrying on a starboard, tacked onto port. Coming up on port, the starboard boats are coming down towards him, but he's still got that lead that he can go. He's going to have to tack just in front of Theo.
He's lucky.
That was pretty close.
He was lucky.
Right up there. So BH82 around the weather mark first. Charlotte has had to tack and have to tack again to get around.
He's lucky. And Dean didn't get through there. He tried. And he's been dropped now.
Yeah. Okay. Spinnacles up. Job straight away.
Okay.
Theo's moved to second.
On
He's carried on.
Side.
Yeah. Theo's carrying on starboard. BH82 is carrying on port towards the left-hand side of the course. He's jibed. Oh, that looks cool. He's flying along. He's doing 9.8 knots. Thea's done that side of the course, heading towards the starboard ley line.
We'll see what happens when they jibe, because sometimes it all changes. 30 meters is not a lot. What's the boat speed, Stephen?
9.9, 10 knots. Theo's jibe coming in on ports. VH82 on starboard, but still quite a heavy jibe to cover him. Sure. Charlotte's pulled right up, catching Theo on starboard, made him jibe. So they're covering each other right up there, Charlotte and Theo. Dean's going to jibe too. They've jibed. This will be close to the finish here. Charlotte's going to hold on to it.
Okay, that's the last three boats are going to finish. Still got to finish, and then we will have finished this session. This series. This is these will go through. Some of these guys are going to go through to tomorrow's final. We've got to, unfortunately, still sail. We still got to sail the. We've still got to sail the next 3 races in the J70s, and we are now getting ready to get that fleet out on the water, and we're nearly there, and we will help you with the commentating on that as well, and we will hopefully post the results of these 3 races for everybody to see shortly. Well done to everybody. I've really had some tight sailing. I hope you're all enjoying this. We are, as your commentators. There's going to be a slightly bigger fleet in the second race coming up now. Okay, now we've got the statistics, so Dudley's is going to quickly take you through those. We're going to go through the general stats, just for interest's sake. That's Brian Hayward, number 82 first, Dudley.
Yeah, well, he had the best start. Average speed was Charlotte, 7.7. Best maximum speed was Dean, 16.7. Marcus sailed the shortest distance. The maximum wind speed was Racefisher, 29.2. Marker did the most jibes, 19, and the most penalties was Badash. And it just sort of shows you how the positions changed during the race. Oh, you see, Ryan was doing really well at the beginning. He dropped down a bit, he managed to finish to get a 7th. Yeah, so it was. Okay, let's get back into the. Are you going to that one?
No, yeah, that's good. Just press that one, but then you go straight to the thing.
All right.
Okay, we're now going to, there it is. We're going to be doing the next group, and that is Fleet B, also J70s. There are a couple more. Oh, we've got the Moose in there, the Muffin Man. This could also be quite exciting. They are still waiting for the start. And yep, there we are, Dudley. Got them.
Try and navigate to the
Slightly bigger feet.
Yeah, there's 13 boats.
13.
Trying to watch the start line and long line this time. I get used to this. Well, let's see that. How does that get out of there now? Okay, countdown hasn't started yet. Guys are still finding their positions.
Yeah, Luca's not in yet.
Yeah, he is sailor buddy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. I see him complaining.
He's always got that. How do we find? See, I can't get to the committee boat.
We had that problem just now, remember? Okay, guys, we're getting ready for this race. Guys, there's the start line. Dudley's getting me organized. As you can see, it's a beat round the weather mark, and then back through the gate, and then back up to the beat with a ring mark, and then after the second leg, you will come back to the finish. Okay, there's a chap by the name of Tim Skirk who's joining us. I don't see him yet. Okay, we're in the start procedure. Minutes and 4 seconds to go.
How do you get out of this one? Oh, there's a start there. See, how do we get in there? No. There's a start, see? Maybe this goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33 seconds ago, we're having a bit of a technical glitch on the computer. There's 17 seconds to go. Nine, 8, 6, 5, 4, on the start. Guys, we just got a bit of a. Let me just try and get into this. What's this? No, see, now we become like a.
We're like a competitor.
Like a competitor.
Oh, well, we are.
Oh, there.
No, we are competitors.
No, we shouldn't be. We're
No,
going to
let's get out.
How do we get out?
There.
Okay, guys, there's a bit of a.
Well, this is now exciting. We're now in the race.
We're going the wrong way.
So this is actually very interesting. We kind of made a small boo-boo here. We ended up in the race, and instead of watching the race, custom.
Okay, now we're getting back into the race.
Okay, that's not all good things sometimes don't go perfectly. We're
No, just gotta get to, there we go.
there we are. We're back watching
Okay.
the fleet.
There's the leader.
It's the moose. Okay, the moose is Pedro.
Oh yeah, from Zululand Yacht Club.
Zululand Yacht Club.
And this is in the lead is Sean Ballantyne. Also sells fins and 505s. He's in the lead. He's He's off on the starboard side of the course. The Moose has moved up. Sean's dropping right onto 5th. Okay, just keeping track of all of these now. Let's go back to the leading boat. And Port could have to tack onto starboard on the ley line, heading for the mark. He's 12 meters ahead of J Madness. These boats are going to have to tack across, get up to the ley line, just ducked under. The leading boat is getting toward the offset mark. Okay, he's going to jibe straight off the offset mark. Second boat's following him. Third boat's carrying on a bit and it's followed them as well. Just a jibing across. All the boats are heading to the port side of the course. Interesting, the first boat's doing 14.4 knots, 13 knots, 13.3, 14.2.
Gonna make a seasick, don't you?
Sure.
Remember this book? I was watching it on the screens on the TVs and back home.
Okay, there we got the leading boat coming in on starboard. Second boat, J Madness. Third, the Moose. Fourth, the Red Baron. Fifth is GP. Who's GP 1, 2, 3? Sonia.
Thunder was in the first race, wasn't he? The practice race.
Oh, the practice job, but not in the first set.
No.
See now, J Madness has moved up. Yeah, he's way out, heading towards the ley line. Probably going to get there sooner than, onto the ley line sooner than Madness. The Madness is in the lead now. The Madness in the lead. So Thunder.
Close.
Yeah, like 2 meters difference. This is going to be very close. He'll tack on the ley line. He'll probably carry on to the ley line. You can see the difference there. He's going to tack soon. The Moose is a 9 second. The Madness dropped his third in actual. He's going to tack onto starboard soon. Something's happened to him.
It's gone.
He's gone.
I don't know what happened to him.
So, yeah, the Madness, I don't know what's happened to him. So Thunder's tacked on the ley line, heading for the weather mark there.
One of the challenges with this game is if your internet dies while you're sailing, everything goes wrong. And then suddenly you're in a different position to where you were, and then you have no idea where you were, where you are, and you can't control what you're doing. So there are challenges sometimes. I see our sailing buddy and sailor Tyron are coming along now.
Yeah, 8th and 9th. So that's Tyron, and then sailing buddies is Luca. They race terriers against each other. Luca's actually in Switzerland now, racing from there. Tyron's there on starboard, pretty close. And Knox is pulled in just behind him. Luca's there. Let's just get up to the. Tyron's tacked out further. Now he's heading back in.
Okay, Adam's been headed. That's why. That's why Tyrone tacked. Look at Adam. Adam
Yeah,
being headed.
yeah.
He's not going to make the mark.
You have to take back again.
You'll have to tack back. There's Tyrone. Well, he'll be in front of Tyrone, I think. Yeah. Oh no, Tyrone's made it.
Still got to get down. Luke is going to come there. Let's see.
Okay, where's the leading boat? Wow, kind of halfway down on the reach already.
Yeah. Going towards the ley line.
Yep.
But it's a gate, so it's the ley line to the first mark. They could jump there.
Yeah.
And the ley line for the starboard side of the gate is still further on.
And they're going to go down the middle by the look of it.
Yeah. There's jump there.
They're covering. The goose has just covered Thunder. Okay, so we can talk again. The guys are just finishing race number 1 of B Fleet. Race 1 B Fleet is just finishing now. Here we go. We're now looking at the results of race 1 B Fleet. Okay, the next one.
We need to go to 8.
From 8. From 8. We've got 7. Go. That's I think everybody. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we're going to go into race 2 of the second lot, but in the meantime, Dudley will give you the stats.
Yeah, let's just see. J Thunder had the best starts. You can see that there. Best average speed, the Moose 7.9. Best maximum speed, J Thunder. Shortest distance, the Moose. Maximum wind speed, 32 knots. That's the wind speed got. Most drives was Sailor Tyrant, and largest number of penalties, Sailor Tyrant. And there's the
Okay, we're now getting ready for the next one. It's the same code in the second race for those who are sailing, but I don't think I should. That's we're getting ready now to go into the next race, and so we're going to go and get ready to view it. Not everybody's in yet. After this, we'll have another race in this J70s, and then from there we'll move on to the 3 Nacras. But after this, after the 3 races of this batch of J70s, we'll do combined results of both fleets to be able to tell you who's going to go through to the finals tomorrow.
Have you mute this again? Okay, getting to the start sequence now. It's got a bit of a technical problem with our bandwidth. Made things go a little bit haywire. Don't know much about it, but apparently that it was wrong. Okay, just lining up for the start, 29 seconds left. Seeing the start line from the committee boat. Okay, lining up, 18 seconds left. Start line. Coming up for 10 seconds. Guys are lining up, a lot of them just luffing. Trying to get their best position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. There was a boat over the line. They turn back. They're over the line, they have to go back to get rid of their penalty. Okay, there they go. We started. Sean Valentine is in the lead, doing 6 knots. Their Madness is out. Sean's tacked. SMB is tacked. GP 13338 18 is Tail Benoni. In 5th. That's the leading boat. No, sorry, that's GP 13318. Better.
Where they were on that first beat.
Yeah, they're still going up the first beat, spreading out a bit. It's the leading boat, SMB. These 2 boats are heading out on the starboard side of the course. Red Baron and the Moose. Red Baron's tacked, heading towards the middle. He's in 2nd position. He's on starboard and SMB on port. Looks like he's going to catch him. Looks like Red Baron, yeah, he's moving into 1st position. Crossing just ahead. SMB had to duck him. The Moose is still moving on, carrying on towards the ley line. He's moving into 1st position. SMB is there. The Moose is heading up for the ley line. Looks like most of the fleet are following him. Everybody on port heading off to the starboard side. Okay, he's tacked, but he's moved to 3rd. Okay, Sean's now moved into 1st position, but he's sure he's going to follow ahead of him. He went a little bit further over the ley line. That's probably why. He's on port, he's on starboard. Sean's tacked just above the ley line. Going to force Red Baron to tack. Very close up in the front, a couple of meters, 2 to 4 meters between them. Sean's just going to have to pinch quite hard to be able to lay that mark, to get to the mark. Fourth position's coming in there on port. So Benoni's dropped back. It's Lucas and the batteries. Okay, that's the leading boats. Sean SMB might have to tack, has to tack to make the mark. Got to tack back again quickly before this boat comes in on starboard.
Lost it.
Looks like he's moving back to 4th. There's the leading boats there. Spinnaker's up. They have different tacks heading towards different sides of the course. 1st and 2nd boat. 3rd and 4th following the 1st. 1st boat jibe back. The Red Baron jibe back again, heading out towards the starboard side. And there, the Moose is heading out to the port side. Yeah. Red Baron is jibed back again, still in 1st position. The Moose is jibed on the 1st ley line to the port mark.
See what happens. This is close. Look at it. Okay, Red Baron's got it. Would you have tacked there, Dudley, if you were the Moose, or would you have left it? Because he was gaining really well.
Yeah, but he had to get across down to the gate, so he had to go sometime. Yeah, there Red Baron drops his spinnaker and starts beating up. These guys are caught up a lot.
They're going the other way, look.
Yeah, they've gone to that side of the gate. They've gone to that side. The side looks closer to the weather mark. These boats are on starboard now, beating. These guys are coming down. Red Baron in the lead, SMB second, the Moose third. Okay, let's see what's happening here now. SMB in second position. Red Baron. So the last beat up to the weather mark, then they head down towards the finish downwind again. A bit of a race happening down there in 6th and 7th position. There's the Muffin Man. There's Sailor Tyron. That's close for 7th and 8th. Joe Thunder back in 9th. I think that's 10th is Sailing Buddies, which is Luca. He's at a penalty. And let's get back up to the leaders. So that's pretty close there. Red Baron. SMB just dipped below him. Red Baron was on starboard. He's tacked into port. They're both heading just below the port ley line. Only 6 meters difference.
Dudley, I believe we're not that clear. They can't hear us well. So maybe we must ask Roscoe to turn up the volume a bit.
Oh, can he hear you?
Yeah, because I've just had a comment from one of the viewers commenting on us. So maybe we're not loud enough. They say they're enjoying the racing, but not the commentators. They can't hear us.
We wouldn't know. Yeah, that's
No, we don't know. We can't hear it. I'll just speak to Roscoe. Go.
Okay, there's a leading boat. Red Baron going around first. SMB second. Heading towards the offset mark. Spinnakers are going to go up soon, probably as they hit that circle. As they go around. Bag up. Bag up. SMB's jibe right away. We made Red Barons carrying on to the starboard side of the course. SMB's jibe to follow him. Red Barons jibe back again, coming to the center of the course.
They're much closer than they were on the last downwind leg, eh?
Yeah.
Much closer.
Split tacks again.
Yep.
Going for the finish.
Only 18 meters in it now. It's getting closer and closer. Oh, it's gone up to 26. These boats are so fast and they really changes quickly.
Guys are driving a lot, trying to use the wind shifts.
Yeah, this could be interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Red Baron's pulling out.
Yeah, he's moving out.
He's pulled out. You've got it right.
15 knots. Doing better speed as well. He was doing 14, 15 knots. Okay, sure. SMB's pulled up in speed. 15. It's coming for the finish.
They're coming to the shortest point is this side. Eh?
Yeah, so Red Baron's
Red Baron's got it.
Yeah, SMB second.
Hey, what's he done?
What did he do?
I don't know what he's done.
SMB's coming on. Red
SMB
lost control.
SMB was lost control. He must have lost his connection.
Did he get over second? He still finished second.
Can you believe it?
What's happening at the back here?
Certainly getting lots of guns.
There's some close finishing here.
Okay, we're nearly done. I've got a couple to go. Okay, well done, guys. That was a really exciting race. All happened in the last second. Oh, the last couple of seconds. Okay, let's get this lot.
The way you're doing the scoring, you're not adding up these points there. No. You're doing normal scoring.
These are normal scoring, and it's low point. And that's it. Oh, we're going to have to do 3 shots. It's low point scoring. And This mouse is very difficult because we've got to get it on the other screen, and then when we lose it, we lose it. Okay, thanks, Dudley. We can get on to the next race now. Well, we're done with this race. Now we're going into the last race of this B fleet. They're not necessarily B fleet sailors, they're just the second fleet for the heats. And a number of these sailors are going to go through to the next round, likewise with those who've already sailed. So this was race 2, fleet. Okay, let's go. We are waiting for the last race of the J70s. Then we'll then be seeing who's going to go through to the next race. And we'll shortly be able to tell you that after this race has been completed. They're all joining now. We've got one so far. What's happened? Looks like we've lost race official. No, he's still there. No, where are we? Oh, they've obviously canned this race. Let me just check what's going on.
Can you check on the WhatsApp group?
Yeah. There it is. Okay, it looks like we're sorted. The next race is about to get going. Everybody's joining it. Seems like we joined the wrong race a second ago.
Countdown started to the third race.
No,
you're in it.
Okay, Dudley, where are we now? You can take over.
Okay, down to countdown, 26 seconds to go. $16 seconds.
Hey, check that line. Okay, GP 13318 is there at the moment.
5 seconds to go. 3,
2, 1,
go.
go. Nobody over the line. Madness is in front, Tunstall behind him, followed by the Moose. Where's he? They're all heading upwind now. Very tight indeed. Only a couple of meters between them. Okay, let's see what happens. Where's the mark, Dudley?
It's right up to the right. Let's spin around. Looking at the fleet now.
Oh, it looks close when you look at it from this angle, eh?
Yeah.
Is Luke there?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, most of the fleet are heading up to the port side of the course. 2 boats flying out. GLYCRC is heading out to the starboard side, as well as Sailor Tyrant. They're taking a flyer, just heading out to that side and hoping maybe they'll get a big shift when they get there. Trying, okay, some guys are attacking here now.
Okay, watch this, watch this.
There's a port starboard situation. He's at attack. These boats have got right away. They're on starboard.
And now he's covered.
Yeah, these starboard boats are going to catch. He's going to have to attack. The moose, the positions might change here now. There's been a collision, so Tunstall has to do a penalty. You see he's slowing down. Okay, Joe Thunder's moved into first.
And he's clear.
The moose is, yeah, he's crossing on port ahead of everybody. And interesting to see these boats here, if they'll catch up. They're 11th now. Let's see if they can do something. Okay, these are the leaders. Joe Thunder
It
second.
looks like they're going to make them on lay belts and lay them off. They're getting some beautiful lift. Huh?
Yeah.
And I think they're getting headed. The ones on the other lay line are being headed.
Yeah, where they're sailing to.
Sorry, you must not take our commentating very seriously, because you must not take offense if we happen to say things we shouldn't say. We are ignorant. We are new commentators. We don't normally commentate on sailing. We normally do other sports. So we find this fascinating. It looks like GLYC, that's coming through. He's actually moved into first, and that is Malcolm Osborne.
Yeah, took a flyer. I mean, right up to
Took
the
a
starboard
flyer,
side.
and it's worked for him. Followed by
Tyrant's
Tyrant.
picked up 2 places by going out to the starboard side.
Yep.
They pay a game there. This is getting close to
This is really close for the rest of these guys. The GLYC got through first and clean. Beautiful stuff.
just taking that flyer. It's paid off.
Followed by the Moose and then SMB. And they're now going to the wing mark and down to the gates. Okay, let's see how it goes from here. This will be interesting. What does GLYC do? How does he get away from the guys? He's got 60 meters on the Moose. Let's see what the Moose does. Now, these guys are experts on downwind sailing. Let's see. Laser sailor in front at the moment. See how he copes with his broad reaching.
I'm trying to find this again.
You lost them, Dudley.
Yeah, I don't know what's
He's in front of me.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
GLR,
It's getting close.
CRC
Demoose is in there. He's coming up behind.
He's on starboard, he's on port, crosses ahead of him. He's jabbed after him.
Okay, he's covered him. Now he's got wind problems. Okay, still going.
Okay, so GLRC's covered the Moose.
The Moose.
Heading for the gate.
You can see what happens.
He's probably going to bed onto this mark here, I would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah, he's.
They both are. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Well done. The Moose is
just
through.
pulled out. And Joe Austin didn't make. He's missed the mark. He's missed the gate. Malcolm, where are you going?
No, they're going to crash. Whoops.
That's brought SMB's moved into second position. Thunder.
Oh,
he's moved back to
No, he's
first.
fine. He managed it. The other guy hit him. And
Yeah,
he was on
But he
starboard.
moved from first to fifth. Okay, so the
He's
Moose
back
is
to
in the
fourth.
lead.
Oh my. He probably finally lost. He's from George, so he probably lost his internet connection as he got to the mark. Amazing. One move, one wrong move from hero to zero.
Yeah, that happens. Okay, just trying to see different boats that are out there. And the leading boats seem to be sort of leveled out, quite a gap between them all, those 3 boats.
Okay, all 4 of them are quite close to each other.
Yeah, so it's coming up to the weather mark. First boat, the Moose, in 6 knots. They're also doing similar speeds, all around 6 knots upwind. Spread out a bit in the front. All coming up on port for the ley line. We'll start taking
And he's
soon.
looking pretty good, eh? The
Yeah.
Moose is looking good.
Yeah.
SMB is
should
going to attack, and then yeah, GORC's dropped back quite badly on that.
26, yeah.
But he's still high, and he's going to make the mark. These other guys might sneak in front of them, but they've got boats in the way, so they're not going to be able to get him. He's going to get in front of GORC there, so he's dropping. GORC's dropping back to 7th, I would think. Except that he didn't have the other guy didn't have a good tack. Somebody else has had a problem. They aren't managing to lay the mark. So it's interesting. It's obviously been headed here on this mark, and those who went high off the ley line are doing fairly well out of it. Look at that. By going high, he didn't get headed.
Yeah.
He looked as though he was going to get headed, but he wasn't. Okay, they're on the downwind leg now. They're going to finish. Those leading boats. Looks like the wind's dropped a bit. It's not as strong, I don't think, is it, Dudley?
Yeah, the wind's dropped. What's the speed of the doing? 10 knots?
10 knots, a bit slower. So we're doing 14 knots just now. Okay, so it looks like SMB is going to has got the edge on the Moose at the moment. The Moose has just covered SMB. The Moose has just covered SMB. And Joe Thunder is quite a long way back. And he's busy fighting with GLYC. And we're staring at this mark.
Yeah, we're back on the track.
We're back on course.
This is it says start, but this is the finish. And SMB, in second, the Moose.
Okay, there we are.
SMB taking the lead, taking the win.
Yep. By the Moose, from the Moose. Then the next one is going to be, where's Thunder? Thunder's not through yet, is it? Where's Joe Thunder? Okay, there he is. He's not through yet. He's got GLYC just behind him. And then the Muffin Man, Madness, and then the Muffin Man. Quite a big gap between the first two and the third and fourth. They really moved in the last beat. There we are. Well done. So we've got the first 5 in now. And now they'll be finishing close together. Yeah, it looks like the fleet is pretty spread out back. But most of them are through. We've got 2 to go. I think they're all in now, aren't they? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's another one.
Sure.
Okay, guys. So now we're going on to the last race in this round, and that is in the B group. Sorry, this was the last race. Sorry, we're now going to go on to the Nacras.
At the last race, or that?
Yeah.
It says a bit of a break now.
No, we go straight into it as far as I know. Okay. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're waiting for the results from the third race of the B Fleet group. Then our event organizer will instruct us as to who will go through to the finals, and we will post that shortly on the groups, and we'll then be able to see the last playoffs for tomorrow. So tomorrow the sailing starts at 2. And it will start off with the J70s, and then we will move on to the Nacras, and thereafter we'll have a quick prize giving. So our organizer, Drew Scott, has put this all together, and we must thank him to be part of the Virtual Knysna Oyster Festival, and we will shortly be streaming the next race for the Nacras. Okay, welcome back. This is now Dudley and Andrew, and we are now going to go onto the Nacra racing. There's only one fleet of these boats. We're going to sail them now, and they will sail 3 races, and then we will be done with sailing for today.
And just a bit about these cats, just quickly, is it's about a 17-foot cat that they race in the Olympics and the World Championships, and they're now foiled. So they get up, their dagger boards are actual foils. You can see them hanging in. So the actual foil lifts the boat out of the water. So these boats get like amazing speeds. They're like really fast. So it's very much like quite a different kind of racing when they're this fast. So for 13 entrants. What's it been?
18, so.
Is it? Let's check. Okay, going to the start procedure. Okay, coming up for a minute and 5 seconds. Okay, 50 seconds to the start. Okay, 38 seconds.
Okay, we 20 seconds or 22 seconds to the start of race number 1 for the Nacras. They've got 3 races.
Okay, lining up, 8 seconds to go to the start.
2, 1, go!
They're off. 2 boats were over the line. They had to go back.
Oh,
The
boy,
Moose.
they've lost it.
Yo, there's a few that are. Okay, there we go. Let's catch on the leader. That's the Moose. Red Baron's there.
This
Red
is
Baron's in the
awesome.
lead.
Guys, watch this lot as Dudley zooms in there. This racing is fast. One mistake and you lose it. You have to get right. These boats are so awesomely fast and so sensitive. Dudley, if you zoom in on one of those leading boats, you'll be able to see it. When they move their rudders, they just jump from one side of the course to the other.
Let's get back to the leading.
Okay, this will be interesting. This will be. He's going to.
Oh, duck
he
in.
went below.
Take right
Watch
above.
this. Whoa!
There's a collision. Must be. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's got a penalty. Slow down.
And I see Sailor Buddies is in the lead. He's in second place. Red Baron in front. Where's Red Baron? He's in the middle of the course. Where's Sailor Red? Sailor Buddies is now leading. Where's he? Okay, so he's high and he's. That's interesting. And the Moose, where's the Moose has come back? Didn't he have a bad start?
Yeah, he was over the line, I think.
Yeah.
He's coming up on the starboards. He's going to take the lead. See, the Moose is. There's the Moose. He's in the lead there.
He's way.
The Sailor Buddies dropped down to 6 after that maneuver. Look at that. BH82.
Okay, but the Moose is going to have to tack. One thing about these cats is they can tack. They're not like Hobie 14s. When you decide to tack on these things, they go around and they do quickly. As you can see, you saw the Moose tack there as they was on a laser. He didn't lose any speed. He just went through the tack as though he did, and the boat just didn't stop. Note, it looks like they're all up on their foils now. Now they're going downwind.
Pinnacles will come up and they'll start flying.
Yep, then they really do fly, but it looks like the wind's dropped a bit, Dudley, from what it was earlier on this afternoon.
They're still doing pretty good speeds, 21 knots.
Okay, look at this downwind leg. It's awesome.
Okay, coming up for the gate. The Moose is quite clear, about 80 meters. Bag down, starts beating up. Second, Red Baron, Madlib third. There was a penalty with the mark. Tack, there's the lead boat. The Moose is still heading out to the port side of the course. Madlib is going out to the starboard side. This is going to be interesting. Madlib's tacked back again onto starboard, heading to the port side of the course. Red Baron. That's Madlib in second position. This is the mount. There's the leading boat. The Moose is over there.
Only doing 13 knots. Looks like a really beautiful sailing venue. There are no big hills and mountains right next to the marks. So it's pretty constant wind conditions. Not like sailing in some of these venues where you get mountains right next to your windward mark and then everybody gets twirled around. The Moose looks like he's going to lay that mark from where he is. I don't think he's going to have a problem with a port and starboard there, neither will Madlib. There's the first boat coming from the other ley line, and they both low. Okay, the Moose is round.
He's moving it up.
And followed by Madlib. Still close. 100 meters is nothing on these boats.
Yeah, we'll start there down. Let's see more of the rounding over here. Some guys have missed the tack.
Yes. Okay, they're on their downward leg. This is now to the finish, isn't it?
Yeah.
This will be the end of race 2. No, race 1. Sorry, race 1 of the Nacras. Much quicker race times. You'll see it's only 5 minutes so far. The other ones were 7.5, 8 minutes. So that these boats are appreciably faster. Madlib in the lead. He's about 60 meters ahead of the following boat.
Yeah, the Moose has
just crossed the line. Madlib's going to be second. Then BH82 will be next.
Dean coming in fourth.
Dean 15s.
And then there's Sailor Tyron coming in.
No, well done, Sailor
Fifth
Tyron.
position. A good result for him.
Absolutely.
J Madness. This is very close. Ranson comes up there. 7th. Let's see. He was up there.
Okay, so that's the end of the first race of the Nacras. And we're just quickly going to sort out these results. Looking really good. We've had some really tough, tight racing in that first race from 8. And okay, Dudley, why don't you take them through the stats quickly while we're waiting for the next race?
Okay, you can see that's quite interesting. The best average speed was 17 knots, the Moose. The best maximum speed, Red Baron at 26.9 knots. Shortest distance sail was the Moose who won the race. Maximum wind speed was 30 knots. Most jives, sailed Benoni, 13, and largest number of penalties, Ryan S. That's the layout of how the guys did over the legs. So the Moose had a lead from start to finish. Let's get back to the course.
Okay, so we now just seeing what's coming up. Yeah, when the next race is going to be ready. I don't think it's there. It is. It's posted. Getting quickly, eh?
Too fast.
Okay, this is the second race of the series. We will have one more race, and then it's over to tomorrow's finals. Tomorrow's finals start for the J70s at 2. I would think this fleet will probably be sailing at about 2:45, but hang around, come in early and watch the sailing. Do it like we do. Zoom in on the camera or watch it on the feeds, the live feeds at the Knysna Yacht Club Facebook page or on the Knysna Oyster Festival Facebook page. Dudley, don't you want to see what they're doing at the start line?
Yeah. We're getting there.
Okay, look at there's a city in the background.
Yeah. Where's this going to be held?
I'm not sure. This doesn't look like Knysna to me.
Okay, we've gone into the starting.
Where's the start line, Dudley? Oh, there's a ferry boat.
Yeah.
Okay, we just look at a different view this time. We're coming in from a different angle. Okay, if they're on the wrong side of that line 1 minute before, they start beeping them. Yeah, he's going to have to go and do a slow bit to get out of that.
Okay, 50 seconds to go to the start.
And we've got 14 boats in the race. Amazing to see. This is the first time Knysna Yacht Club has held a virtual regatta.
Sure.
And we'd like to see all these sailors back, and those of you watching, you're welcome to join us in the future. We will be holding a couple more. It looks like with the new rules that have just come out for sport and sailing and all the various sports, it's going to be a while before we do proper organized events. So it looks like we're going to have to stick to this virtual racing for a while, although you will be able to sail on your own for exercise, not though in organized sporting codes just yet. 5 seconds to go. Really good start.
Like a clear start.
That was clear and good for some of them. Who's this first three here, Dudley?
Okay, the Moose, BH82, and Dean.
Okay. Yeah.
So those heading out to the starboard side.
Yeah. I see race officials being very steady at the rear.
Yeah.
They've noticed,
Nothing
Dudley.
there. Yeah.
I think he's really chomping at the bit there, where he's learning how to follow these guys.
Now there's Ryan. Ryan is up in 4th position.
Well, good.
He's
That
doing
was
well.
good.
He's pretty new to this. Moose.
I tell you what, I think it really helps when you've got young fingers.
Yeah, you know to work computers.
Yeah, when you start pressing the T for tack instead of T or tab for putting your mainsail up or your spinnaker, it gets rather confusing. So you press T and you're actually pressing tab and you're putting up your spinnaker when you're trying to tack and go into a beat. Kind of upsets the whole affair. So I think a bit of practice and a bit of finger movement does help you sail well with this sport. For those of you interested, the sport is an official world sailing sport, and it's a recognized activity on this program. And you'll see from how this is actually how the wind works and how you can be headed and have shifts and the scoring with respect to penalties is all according to world sailing rules. So it's a really good simulator and trainer for youngsters. There's no reason anymore where you can have youngsters doing training and they can't sail because there's too much or too little wind. They can go and sail on this program and learn the skills and the rules while doing so. This is a real opportunity for our youngsters going forward. In fact, the young adults too.
And then we've got one of our terror sailors, Luca, who's sailing in Switzerland. We're staying in Switzerland at the moment. He's out in the leads, sailor buddies. He's leading the race. See if you can hang on to that. Still in 1st position. It's flying.
22 knots.
So we got, and then there's also Ryan S. He's also a terror sailor. Where is he? He's doing well. He's up there. Heading towards the gate. Okay, there we go, coming down to the gate. Sailor buddies, drops his bag, heads up, starts the beat. BH82 just behind him. Sure, take avoiding action there.
What happened? Where's the moose? What did the moose do?
No, he's gone into 1st.
Where's the moose?
Where's the moose there? No, that's sailor buddies.
Where's the
moose?
moose?
The moose is there. There he is.
Okay, he went the other way.
Yeah.
He went the other side.
Yeah, so he's actually, yeah. Sailor buddies is really hitting far out. He's going too far.
To the ley line.
Yeah. This guy's
He's
pointing
getting
higher.
Yeah, he's getting lifted. Yeah, it's lost it.
Okay, he's tacked now. He's a bit far over the ley line. Maybe he's getting to the ley line.
He could probably.
He'll tack now. He'll tack soon.
No, it'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. He's done it. But will he make the top mark? Well, the moose is going to make the top mark, possibly.
Yeah.
They're both all three are getting headed, eh? Red Baron, Sailor Buddies, and the moose. I think the moose might make it.
The moose is up, pulling out a bit
Yeah,
there.
he's pulling out. Yeah.
Sailing higher than what Sailor Buddies is doing. He's going around the weather mark now.
Attacking, and then Sailor Buddies. Now they're stretching out already. Eh?
Yeah, that's cool. They're all getting a bit of a tussle going on there.
Oh, there are 4 of them. Let's move fast in this.
Yeah,
in these
this
boats.
is too fast.
Fast.
Let's get back to the leaders. Yeah, they're bidding up for the And so heading downwind for the finish there. Yeah, it's the Moose, then Sailor Buddies, Mad Lip, Jade Madness.
There's Sailor. Tight sailing again. Certainly, now look at this. From Muffin Man through to Dean V and BH82, there's nothing in it.
How close is it?
Absolutely nothing in it. And Ryan S came in 8th. Well done, Ryan.
Okay, here we go. Here's the results.
Okay, let's just go through this. Just hang on a second. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've just finished race 2 of the Nacras, and we have 1 to go, and then today we'll be done. Okay, let's just check.
Is there one more race to go?
Yeah, we've got 1 more race to go. 1 more Nacra race, and then that's today's sailing over. And then we will be going on live again from tomorrow afternoon. That will be at 2 o'clock on our channels and on this program. So those of you who want to view, you can view us tomorrow afternoon. The link to this will be available on the Knysna Yacht Club Facebook page, as well as the Knysna Oyster Festival page, and you're all welcome to watch. What's happening, Dudley?
Getting ready for the starting procedure to happen. All guys are entered. 13 boats lined up at the moment.
Just as for interest's sake, we've got people from Zululand Yacht Club here, Royal Cape Yacht Club, Bitbank, Knysna Yacht Club. We've got somebody sailing from Switzerland. We've got George Lakes Yacht Club. So we've got a whole mixture of sailors. And the beauty of this is you don't have to be at the venue, and you can sail from wherever you are. I think we're still short 1 sailor in this group.
Started the procedure.
He started. Okay. Okay, we got what have we got? How many seconds?
4 seconds to the 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. You see them, you can't go over the line. Okay, now you've got to get it right, because these boats are so fast. If you start your starting procedure too soon, you get over the line so easily. And look at the guys in irons near the committee boat. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. What do you say, Dudley?
Most times like 30 seconds. Guys, going to have to use to accelerate off the line. The guys will come in fast and have more speed on the line will be better. But as long as you've got a gap to do that in. There's 22 seconds left. These guys should start accelerating now. These 2 guys on this side. But they've got to find a gap though. Might be better to move down a bit and get some good speed over there. 13 seconds to go.
Okay, there's some coming through at speed now. Look.
Yeah, there's 7 seconds to go. Yeah, he's just on the line. He's going to take a while before he accelerates. 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're off.
They're all, look at him, he's lost
those beats had
how many
speed.
positions,
He sat back. Yeah, he accelerated.
But he was on starboard, so he took out a couple.
Okay, so that's the leading boat there.
Red Baron. Then the Moose.
The Moose is in the lead at the moment.
Okay, they've gone to the other side of the course.
Yeah, the Moose is there.
What's
Dean's
the wind
behind
doing,
him.
Dudley? It's going to help them. I think, yeah, it'll help them at the moment, but you never know. It looks different at the mark. Oh, there's a tanker coming in. Could be a problem.
Shucks, yeah, that might get in the way.
They're all flying a hull. There's enough wind for it.
Yeah, there's the leading boat there, the Moose. He's heading out to the port ley line. Some guys are heading out the second boat, the Muffin Man's heading out to the starboard ley line, and the leading boat's heading to the port. It's going to be interesting. Very little difference there. 2 meters difference, and one's way out there and one's here. They're very close when they get up to the mark there. And the Muffin Man will be coming in on starboard, and BH82 will be on port over there. And the Muffin Man,
he's doing a couple of tacks. Have you seen?
but that BH82's pulled out. He's picked up a bit of speed, more distance. Okay, he's picked up now. The Moose is
it, or
the
am I
distance
crazy?
No, the distance is getting closer. 22 meters calculated. No, BH82 will. Whoa, yeah, he's got a tack.
Oh, in his water. Oh,
There's a penalty. So BH82, but he's back. Well, back in the lead now.
There's Ryan S.
Yeah, Ryan's right up there. He's a terror sailor. That's pretty awesome. So Ryan S is in second.
The Muffin Man's still got a penalty. Okay, now, look, BH82's gone to one side. Let's see what happens. The others haven't yet. Ryan S has lost a bit of speed. They're going to the finish now, or no? This is the first beach, isn't it?
First gunner, they should be going to the ley line.
Where's the
gate?
Where's the gate? Oh, they've gone through the gate. Sorry, we can't see
Okay,
it.
yeah. Done, yeah.
It's missing.
We moved the gate.
The gates. We can't see the gates, guys. It's a bit difficult to work out where these chaps are because we've missed where the gate's gone missing.
Okay, that's the weather mark up there.
We can see the weather mark, but we kind of missed the gate.
And Ryan S is still hanging in second position, doing well. Head of the Moose in third. The Moose is tacked. BH81, 2's tacked. Red Baron's coming along. Ryan S.
Where's Ryan S?
There he is, still in second position. They're very close. The Moose is only like 2 meters behind him, 4 meters behind.
These guys are all close.
Man.
BH82 is the only one with a bit of space. Whoa!
Go!
No!
Ryan got a
Port
penalty.
and starboard.
From second to fourth.
At least. Could be worse. Okay, so that's called a lesson.
The
on
Moose in
port and
second is
starboard.
going way out to port. And BH82.
Oh, he's getting headed, eh?
Yeah, he's right up there. The second boat, yeah, the Moose is dropping down. Now, see around the weather mark. BH82 attack again. Attack back now.
He's fine.
Get around the weather mark. But these guys are coming in on starboard, although the Moose is moving in pretty fast on port. It's going to make it around. Red Baron in third. BH81.
And Madness is.
There's quite a rush here for GP race officials there.
I guess he has a penalty.
Tyrant. Sailor Tyrant.
Yeah.
BH82 still in the lead. Red Baron, the Moose.
Okay, Demus has got a lot of work to do to catch up to BH82. And this is the finish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming up to finish now.
Yeah, this is now it. This is race 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's race 3 of the Nacras, and this is our final race for the afternoon. We're going to post on our group those who go through to the finals. We'll also post it on the Yacht Club's Facebook page, so just look out for it. Not everybody's going through, so we'll post who goes through once we've got the results adjudicated by our race organizer.
This is the final results
Of race 3. We lost somebody though. No, this didn't race. Okay, guys, thanks very much. That's it for this afternoon. We will keep you entertained tomorrow afternoon as well. We trust you enjoyed the sailing, and we're looking forward to sailing with you again tomorrow. That's it.
When are they going to announce who's sailing? The guys are soon.
Well, soon, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to go on the groups immediately,
Great.
but we'll post it as well, and if everybody's on the group.
Okay, great.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.